Guess what? My first online course is launching this October. It's called the Second Act Accelerator, and you can add your name to the waitlist at secondactsuccess.co/waitlist. If you are thinking about making a change in life and starting a second act, then you've got to join this program. It's a 6-week course designed to help you map out steps to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. You'll get one-on-one coaching with me, plus weekly group coaching, self-paced lessons, and live workshops with experts to help you in areas like resume writing, crafting a perfect LinkedIn profile, and even branding and web design. You will also have lifetime access to our Second Act community, where we'll share ideas, give feedback, and support each other on this journey. Learn more and add your name to the waitlist so you will be notified when enrollment opens. It's all at secondactsuccess.co/waitlist. I'm so happy you're joining me for another solo episode of Second Act Success. For those of you new to the podcast, I'm your host, Shannon Russell. I'll give you a quick rundown about me, and then we'll dive into the episode. I'm a former television producer who left the entertainment industry in the attempt to find a better balance with my 2 young boys. I opened a children's franchise business that I've successfully run now for 6 years. I have been asked countless times by friends and customers the question of, how did you go from working with celebrities to working with kids? So I decided to start Second Act Success in order to help others do the same thing I did and find a career that they truly love. I now help women in unresolved careers pivot towards a second act so that they can produce a balanced life of abundance. In addition to my one-on-one coaching, I am also releasing my very first course this October. My course is called the Second Act Accelerator, and it will help others create a roadmap to get them moving towards their ultimate mission in life. I cannot wait to release it to the world. But now let's get back to the podcast. Throughout each episode of this podcast, I get to share a story of someone who has made a transition into a second act in life. And together, we dig deep into the why of how this change truly unfolded. I have had the most amazing time learning from my guests and sharing their success stories with you. This week's guest was executive coach Ann Meal. Ann discussed so many topics around struggling to find what it is you want to do in life. She stressed the importance of not going it alone. We all need someone to confide in and ask questions to along the way. Ann also talks about listening to that voice inside and knowing that it's never too late to follow a passion or a topic of interest because you never know where it will lead. Go back and listen to Ann's advice on episode 27 of this podcast to get her tips for navigating the work world. I want to dive further into the topic she brought up around remembering your why. Why are you wanting to take this new step? Leaving your job, venturing into a new career, starting that business, going back to school, why? Ann suggested that if you are ready to pivot, then focus in on the why that is behind it. I completely agree. Making a change, any change, is challenging. So in order to keep you on a steady path to that next step, you should have a solid understanding of your why. The more you understand your motivation, the more confident you will be with your decision. It is so easy for us to listen to others and allow their opinions to taint our views. If you are strong in your belief about the transition you are embarking on, then you will not let what anyone else says interfere. Let people talk. Take in what they say, but do not let it sway you. Others may be trying to protect you from hurt or from failure, and that is thoughtful and just. But they are not you. You know what is in your heart, and you know what you are capable of. So remember that. Why are you interested in making a change? Is it to find balance? To make more money? To level up your career? To pursue a path that you never followed when you were younger? These are all valid reasons for wanting to make a move in life. Just be sure that your why isn't that you are running away from something. Ask yourself, why am I choosing this new path? And why now? Listen to your first response, the first thing that pops in your head. If you answered with any of these, raise your hand. I am so unhappy at my job, I have no choice but to leave. I can't do it anymore. Anything is better than where I am right now. I heard a friend of a friend made this switch and she is making so much more money. I don't really want to leave, but the hours are a lot better and that will help my family out. Did your answers sound like any of those responses? If so, then listen up. Leaving one career for another because you just can't take it anymore may not be the best reason. Why can't you take it anymore? What are those reasons? And are you sure that this next venture won't be more of the same? If you heard a friend or someone else started a new role in a particular career and they're making a lot of money, that is great. But are you sure you'll achieve the same and be just as happy? If you answered that you want to make a switch to have better hours for your family, then I admire that wholeheartedly. However, making a change in life takes guts, and I want you to think long and hard about making this change for someone else. Yes, having a more balanced life with better hours for your family is important, of course. But let's also make sure that you will be happy in this new role as well, okay? I hate to play devil's advocate, but I think it's important to do some self-assessments on ourselves before we make big moves, just to make sure that we are headed down the right road. Trust me, I am all about impulse and just going for it, but I've also hastily made decisions in life where I probably should have taken my own advice first. So I have learned these lessons the hard way, guys. For example, I moved across the country for a boyfriend, only for us to break up a few months later. I also quit a steady job at a well-known television network because I was bored and needed a challenge. Well, I spent the next couple of years working on some embarrassingly awful reality shows that were definitely not as fun, and boy, did I regret quitting that prior job. Oh, and I moved across the country again with a 6-month-old baby while suffering from postpartum depression because I missed family. This forced my husband and I to leave careers that we loved just to start all over again in a new city on a new coast. Note to myself and to you that making rash decisions while under stress with high emotions is probably not the best decision. Anyway, I say all of this to be honest and throw out some words of caution to you. To simply step back and make sure your why is strong before you act. That is all. Lastly, move forward with your why held closely to your heart. If you plan and practice and know you have a strong why, then go for it. If you find yourself staring at the fork in the road in front of you, take a deep breath and leap. Look forward on this new adventure and stand with your why. You will be able to hold your head up and walk tall knowing that you are your why. You are your why. You know why you are making this change. You know why it is best for you. And because of your why, you will follow your path to greatness. We all make big leaps and big mistakes, but I truly believe knowing your why and holding it close to your heart is all that you need to motivate you. Since having my boys, my why has been clear. It's all about them. They are why I left TV and why I opened my own business that allows me to spend more time with them and bring them to work with me when needed. My sons are my why. They are why I launched this podcast and why I am coaching others to make changes in their lives. I want my boys to see that there is not just one path in life that we follow, but our path can zig and zag and twist and turn, and that is incredible. My why is to set an example for my kids so that they can do anything and be anything in this one life that we are given, as long as they follow their why and hold on to it tightly in their hearts. I hope that this little chat of ours has resonated with you. And I hope that you can take this as a little motivation as you set out to figure out your why today. Feel free to DM me on Instagram anytime. I'm at Second Act Success. And of course, you can subscribe to the Second Act Success podcast wherever you listen. Make it a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you the next time, my friend. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found some gems of inspiration and some takeaways to help you on your path to Second Act Success. To view show notes from this episode, visit secondactsuccess.co. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. Reviews only take a few moments, and they really do mean so much. Thank you again for listening. I'm Shannon Russell, and this is Second Act Success.